All right. Now, this is NZDCHF, right? So that's now we already know that we have our peak formation low here, right?
Yeah.
Let me try and change the color of this properties, and then I'll change it to white, right? Okay. So we already know we have our peak formation low here, right? And then we know that this is our peak high over here,
Yes.
and then the normal levels 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So we are all good. So what we have here currently is a peak reset, right? We have a peak reset, a very fat M, which indicates ID50 on what? On W1, right? And this definitely show, yeah, ID50 on W1.
Yes.
And this definitely show that we are still in for a very long sell.
Very long one, yeah.
Very long one. So now we know at the back of our mind we are having a sell market, right? This market is definitely going to sell, but market definitely does not move in one direction. And if you notice something right here, this market sold beyond, it has broken this consolidation region right here.
Really, yeah.
Right. So the question now is, what exactly are we expecting? So now what we should be expecting right now is, how are we going to know that this D1 candle, this D1 time frame is about to do a pullback, about to take a break from that long sell? Is that we have to check the H4, right? So let us check what's happening on H4. This is the fat M on D1 on H4, right? So now let's assume we want to count our levels on H4. So I will be using another box entirely to count my level, right? My levels on H4. So now H4 ideally is supposed to be giving us, you've explained it very, very well earlier on. So H4 is supposed to be giving us a complete cycle, right?
Yeah.
Before we know that, okay, ideally, not every time, but ideally, it's supposed to give us, sorry, let me change the color of this to, okay, a complete cycle, right? Now we have one, that's our peak high on H4. We have our first level drop. We have our second level right here. So hopefully what we are expecting is, in any time soon, is a peak formation low structure, right? Until, how are we going to know that it is going to give us a peak formation low structure right here? Yeah.
It's going to be the price action candle behaviors, candle rejection.
No, I need you to think something you said before.
We need to get our peak formation low structure, which is so it's going to be
the question. Let me explain the question very well. How would we know when our H4 is going to reverse? How would we know H4 is about to reverse? How would we know H4 is about to give us a W? Because that's exactly what we're expecting. It's giving us a W. And then it's moving up like this and giving us before it continues its movement down. Because this is exactly what we're expecting, right?
Yes.
So this 200 MA will pull down, then we meet around its zone. But then this is our major concern right now. Then this one is later on. So how do we know that H4 is about to give us its W? We should know it's time frame blending. We have to go to H1 if H1 has completed its own cycle. Of course, it's H1. So we have to go to lower time frame to confirm, because it's a pair. Look at this. This is a peak reset. This is a level 1 right here. Right. Now I still expect H1 to sell a little bit more down. Right. H1 to sell down. That's what I'm expecting. Let H1, look at our H1. This is our peak low on H1. This is our peak reset right here. Right. Give us our first level, second level, then a little bit more sell to give us a sharp fin on our TDI. And what should we be expecting? We should be expecting a W on H1. Now, the moment this W is forming on H1, it is forming its first leg on H4.
H4, yeah.
So this is what we'll be expecting on H1. We'll be expecting something like this structure on H1.
Yeah.
Form H4W. This is H4W like this. And this is exactly on this particular leg on H1 is where we'll be picking our trade on M15.
Yeah.
So market is going to let me try and make it very clear. So market is going to simply do drop, give us a W, move up. It could be a very long consolidation. No, this is just a pictorial representation. Then give us 1, 2. Now, of course, this one will keep during this consolidation region of our peak formation structure. This guy will come down.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like it might not rally up to this extent. Why is it going to 200, 800 EMA? It is because it might not rally up to this extent because during consolidation region, they always drag these EMAs down. Of course, when market is consolidating, all these EMAs would try to come towards. No, it's still a very long distance up here. Yeah. So they will try during the peak region consolidation period. They will try to drag it down. Then H1 will do a peak high. They will do a complete cycle there.
Yes.
Right. Then before we have another peak structure. And then market start dropping. 1, 2, 3. Why do we have this kind of peak structure on H1? Because H4.
Because we're having H4 is in a reset.
Thank you. So it is going to be M here on H4 and drop. And then all this one is going to be W on H4 and buy. So we are expecting a complex W on H1, a very simple W on H4 right now. So we first buy up to 200 EMA on H4. Let me take you back to H4. We first buy up to 200 EMA on H4, sorry, right?
Yeah.
We first buy up to 200 EMA on H4, right? So I'm expecting H4 to give us something like a W, then buy towards this side. Of course, this guy is going to drop, then give us N, and then sell off. At the same time, on H1, it is giving us something like W, M, W, 1, 2, 3. This is how H1 structure will be before it starts selling off again. So that's exactly what we're expecting. All right. I don't know if you get it right.
Yeah, I guess it's very well.